Mentorship is a key part of everything that we do, and I think that's also the more tacit part of what we do. It's not a transaction, it's not tangible, but it impacts everybody in the stakeholder system. Uh, so for a while, putting mentorship in a large, scalable version out there has been an agenda. It's been a priority. The SHEROES online mentor board is one step in that direction. There are a few mentor authors here. Raise your hands so that Nishchala, Preeti, Charnita. So there are a lot of people in the community who take that time out to talk to other people in the community. Maybe at the same level, maybe at a junior level, maybe in a different stream of thought, maybe corporate professionals leaving to become entrepreneurs, younger professionals trying to grow their corporate careers, trying to figure out choices, trying to battle personal issues, trying to figure out what's my next roadmap. And one of the things we've realized is that significantly in India, there is a very large percentage of women who don't have role models at home. A lot of us grew up with no working women at home. A lot of us grew up with nobody to talk to about issues at work. There is still an invisible boys network that meets at events that sort of catches up with each other. There's an invisible buddy system, but I find, and I think globally it's sort of being recognized that that's missing from our context. So it's with this purpose that we want to upgrade our mentorship proposition and the scale that it offers. It so happened that a few weeks ago I met Anand, who's here, who's also going to talk about how he plugs in. But essentially what we want to create is a go-to for all women who are considering career choices at the early end of their career, especially, and pairing them or offering them advice, offering them information, offering them access with somebody who's already been there, done that. I think there are some very significant models. Valley has one, UK has one, Europe has mentor buddy systems. So there are various versions of this, but I think uniquely contextual to India are our own problems, and we're trying to take a shot at them with this mentor program. Before I actually sort of share more with the program, I'm going to invite Anand to sort of quickly give us a snapshot of the work he does. And the thing that we also realized was this is not going to happen in isolation. This is going to happen when we expand our silos, we expand our range, we add more people into the conversation, and each one of us can commit to whatever we can commit to. Even 1 hour a month is good for somebody at the other end of the table. And that's the whole idea, that irrespective of what level, what stature, what profession, what skill set, you should be able to take and you should be able to give back. It's a very simple revolving system. We channelize it using the platform, we channelize it using the app system and things like that. You will hear more from us at the summit next year. But at the moment, let me quickly invite Anand, and then we're going to run the format by calling the mentors and the mentees on board and do a quick introductions. And what I'd like them to do is give an introduction of yourself in 1 to 2 lines, and then quickly share what is it that you want in terms of help, in terms of career help from your mentor. That's it. So Anand, over to you.
Let me tell you a bit about something. Let me put it on the table straight away. I was not sensitive to women's issues prior to being married. Also, I actually only really truly became sensitive to women's issues once I had a daughter. And I think most men will be in the same situation, that until you have a child or a daughter in specific, you don't really understand issues that affect women long term. Once I set up the charity, which is the Creative Services Support Group, I actually became a feminist. The charity has taught me a lot, as well as helping the kids we help. In a nutshell, once you see the actual small little film, you'll understand exactly what we do. But we look at essentially help kids who turn 18. There's a big gap when children from underprivileged backgrounds enter charities or enter homes. The government doesn't allow them any support once they turn 18. They've been given all these big tools to dream and the opportunities, but those opportunities do not come to fruition. There's basically, if you look at the breakup of the kids in a home, 10% of those young men and women will rise to the top. They have the ability, they have the skills, the intelligence, and they become go into the typical professions, law, accounting. There's then another 40% who really don't have that skill set, but they find their level. They settle, they get a position, work in offices, etc., drivers. The biggest problem is the 50% in between. What do you do with those 50%? They're average. They're like you and me. I mean, they have a certain skill set that they don't have opportunities for. So what we do is we look at that 50% and we try and help them within the creative sectors through mentoring and placements. What we found within that, there's a big problem, getting young girls involved. You know, we've got boys placed, we're helping several young men, but we were having issues with girls. Getting girls into industries like hospitality and getting them role models is not straightforward. I mean, you know, surprisingly, they associate things like hospitality with prostitution. It's sad, but it's through lack of understanding. They also have a lot of other social pressures attached to them. You know, they're expected to, in essence, become baby factories. And that is their life. But they have dreams, they have hopes and ambitions, but they have no role models, which is where I went and met up with Sairi and SHEROES. We said that we need to create role models for these young girls. They need a support network. We created that through the Big Sister program. We also realized that we need to educate gender issues, educate on gender issues. And we are running programs with regards to that using the creative sectors. But it's important that you don't educate just one side of the coin. It's no point just educating girls, you need to educate boys as well. So within all that, and within the mentor program, that's where we hope to help these young girls. So what we are doing today is running a pilot scheme. The pilot scheme is incredibly important for us to be able to expand that model to help girls within these homes. Girls from all stratas of society. It's not necessarily just girls in underprivileged homes. It's girls from all stratas of society because these issues affect them all. But the reason we were keen to do this was to start off this pilot project. So a lot is in the hands of you mentors and mentees for this first scheme. And I'll like to hand it back to Sairi. I really shouldn't have worn a three-piece suit. It's hot.
All right. Okay. So may I invite all the mentors and all the mentees on stage. What to do is let the mentors introduce themselves and maybe just one line about the biggest learning from their careers. I think let's just hear it from them. And then we'll have the mentees, please come on board. Come back. Do the same, introduce themselves, and then we'll let them pick each other. Like, what's that game? Musical chairs. Okay, Shipra, here you go.
Hi, my name is Shipra Chaudhary. I head sales for SHEROES. I'm passionate about inspiring and making women excel in sales. I think there's no better career than to be in sales for women. They're successful, they have a natural advantage, and I think everyone should just let go of their inhibitions and go all out. I mean, it's not a man's industry there. It's very much a woman's career also, and it can be the career of choice after your marriage and after kids too. So.
Yeah, Monica, you want to go next?
I'm Monica. I head e-commerce for MasterCard. I'm the only India product person, just relocated back and to join the Achhe Din for India. So I'll tell you 3 fun facts about myself. I think that makes it a little easier. Number one, I've worked in 4 different countries, and which makes me feel like I'm a global professional, but I'm hoping to give back some of the knowledge back, and that's why I'm actually here. Number 2 is that I'm part of the mentorship program, but don't ask me about marriage. It's not one of those things I specialize in. And I say that a lot, or very honestly, about girls, because everybody wants to know how you did things. Sorry, I'm not very successful at that. And number 3 is I actually have a mentor. I went through a very, very big problem early in my career, and went through almost every adverse situation to realize a mentor is important, and it really helps you see through big, bad times. And his only advice to me is to pay it forward. So if he gave something to me, he expects me to give it to 2 other people, and hence keep the chain going, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, Charnita.
Hello everybody, I'm Charnita. I am the founder of Perfect Life Spot. It's an institute of language and holistic learning. I started it in 2011. I dropped out of my fully paid PhD in Europe, and I decided of starting this venture because I realized that life as a scholar is very solitary. And what I wanted to do was something that could relate to each and every individual. Initial few months, I was an assistant professor in Delhi University, teaching English as a professor and guest lecturing in psychology. Understood how learning that is offered in the formal curriculum is very different from the learning that is required in real life. That was the learning curve that I was experiencing. And it was very interesting to just notice what was the internal voice of every student saying, and how the entire education system was only about one thing, and that was not happiness, it was marks. So that people could get into a certain position that is understood to be respectable. So very interesting. And as I was going through that journey, as Sairi said, to share one insight, the most profound insight that I gathered, which I would want to share with you, was that intrapersonal relationships come before interpersonal relationships. Your relationship with yourself is much more important than your relationship with anyone else. That is a very interesting thing, because if you have this equation clear, then you realize that the main thing is happiness and your happiness. If you are happy, then you are a source of happiness for everyone around. So it's like a flower. If you are blooming, if your color, if your fragrance is out there, then you don't have to put any glitter onto yourself. You are just there, and anybody who looks at you, interacts with you in any way, they would feel the magic of it. So that is one message for everyone, that to start honoring yourself as individuals, start falling in love with yourself, and do not afraid of being embarrassed. That's one thing that I hear a lot. A lot of women, 90% of the audience that I deal with is women, and they are really scared of what other people are thinking. Self-consciousness, being embarrassed, that's there. So one of the things that we do in our entrepreneurship program is that we tell them that you're being given 50 rupees, you have 5 hours, go make 5,000, do anything. Go sell tea at the metro station, do anything. Get off this social conditioning that you are the center of the world.
Lovely.
You have to be the center of your own world.
Thank you.
More later.
Thank you so much. Preeti? Yeah, Nishila.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. That was beautiful. I really liked what you said. So I'm Nishila, and I'm a marketing professional for about 14 years now. And I think really my claim to fame is that I've seen the good, bad, and ugly while I've been in the corporate world. So I think I've learned, I've sort of shouldered very diverse roles in my career. And I think with each of them, there is the learning, which I really feel I would like to share with women, and for women at the workplace. And if I look back at my own career and life, I think in the most vulnerable and difficult moments, it was really conversations with other women around me which helped me sail through those difficult moments, right? So everyone's context and career paths and circumstances different. But I think we can still learn from each other very small things in terms of what has worked for one woman may actually not be directly applicable for another one. But you can always take the essence of it and apply it to your own life. And I've been fortunate to have mentors in my own career. In fact, my husband has been one of my greatest mentors all along. And I learn from my two daughters too. So in some sense, they teach me every day to sort of about myself, about life, about career, about workplace, about confidence, about leadership. So I think it's about just keeping your eyes and ears open and sort of just learning and absorbing from the world around you.
Lovely. Thank you. Preeti?
I am Preeti Sabharwal. I have founded my own company, Thoughtful Engagement, which is all about transformational leadership in individuals and organizations. I was in corporate world for more than a decade. I left my job to pursue my passion. I am an author also. I have written the first designer self-help book in India. And one area which is very, very close to my heart, and I think that's the purpose of my soul, is holistic pregnancy. I am the first holistic pregnancy coach in India. I've tied up with few maternity hospitals and other hospitals like Apollo, and I'm writing a book on holistic pregnancy. I firmly believe that the kind of transformation I would like to bring in the society, it has to be started from the womb itself. The first lines in my book are like joy in the womb, joy in the world, peace in the womb, peace in the world. So I firmly believe in actually focusing on all the 4 dimensions of a baby in the womb itself, like physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So I'm working on all the aspects as a part of my book. And I'm really like a big fan of Sari, who's created such a beautiful platform for women and this program for young people. So great, thanks.
Thank you. Suma.
Hi, my name is Suma. I had a company called Novus Solutions. We have a brand called, digital marketing brand called Nisway. And if I have to give you one piece of advice, then it would be that you have to be always true to yourself and you will realize that there are so many layers that the society has made you accept on top of yourself, and you have probably lost touch with yourself. So the whole, every moment get in touch with yourself, and that will bring you closer and closer to the joy at the workplace and in your families.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. The mentees, come forward. Yeah, come forward.
Hi, I'm Pallavi Bhatia. I'm from College of Vocational Studies doing BCom Honours. And I basically would like to learn from them that how to express myself. I am very bad at it. I am really bad at it. And I want to know about myself, which I actually don't know right now. I am just standing in front of you and just telling what I think I have.
That's what you want to get at. Thank you. I think you're pretty good at expressing yourself, so hang in there.
Hello everyone, I'm Kajal Sonkar. I'm doing Pol Science Honours in Lady Shri Ram College for Women. And I think students like us, we need this kind of a program because in most of our families, our mothers are housewives. And we actually don't know how to establish our feet into the big world, which we don't know about it in the college in schools, because there is a huge world outside college. Until and unless we are in college, we don't know anything which is going to happen outside. So I'm looking forward to this program because I will learn about myself, and also I will be guided by them surely that how to go on with our life and how to good at your career as well as your personal life. As you said, the intrapersonal relationships and the interpersonal relationships. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Sonam Chaukan. I'm pursuing Political Science Honours from Lady Shri Ram College for Women. I guess we're very lucky to have a program like this, and we could actually connect to it so that at this age we can broaden our ideas and we don't make blunders with our careers. So that we have mentors who are very good at it, very good in their fields, and they can guide us knowing where we should actually go. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Mona and I am from Shahid Rajguru College, Delhi University.
I was a bit nervous, but I don't know how come I lost all my nervousness when I'm in the stage. I don't know why. I'm really happy to be here and obliged, ma'am, that I'm here. I am pursuing BTech in computer science, and I want to be a web designer. It really interests me a lot. But once you have set a goal, then what? What next? Means, what is the next step that I should take? And I want from my mentor, whoever it will be, that he or she, I'm sorry, she should direct me and she should guide me so that I can channelize my energy and my enthusiasm in the right direction. So, thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Akshita. I'm doing philosophy honors from Lady Shri Ram College for Women. I would just like to know how should we establish ourselves in the corporate world from the very beginning so that we don't face problems later on. Thank you.
That was clear.
Hi, I'm Mehak doing journalism honors from Lady Shri Ram College for Commerce, and I want to have a startup in the field of media, and for that I really need a lot of guidance, and that is what I'm going to expect from my mentors.
Lovely.
Hi everybody, I'm Nikita Khanna. I'm doing my MBA from Bharatiya Vidyapeeth University. Before that, I was working with Infosys for 2 years. So what I want to learn from my mentor is a sense of direction. The reason being that, okay, I have experience, but I don't know where to go next. What is the next level? I know my skill set, but when companies come to a college for recruitment, they really don't analyze my skill set and they just offer what they have to offer. So probably I want a mentor which can, who can guide me on those lines. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. So a little bit on the process and how this will work. All the mentors will get an online profile, a SHEROES mentor profile, and you guys get to create a SHEROES profile. And so that means you have one direct access, and you will have a direct phone line access, like literally a buddy access to the mentor that you are paired with. We will report back in 3 months, both on the SHEROES blog and maybe on some other forums on how this has gone. And given what results we get out of this program, we will take it to schools, colleges, to CSSG, to wherever possible. So that's essentially the Big Sister Mentor program. We want to do 1 million women in 3 years. And we hope this works because I think this is exciting. A lot of us, a lot of experienced mentors that you see around here have dawdled their way into their careers. And it hasn't been as conscious a choice as we would like it to be. So, over to you. All the best.